Hey everyone.
Hey now. Hey.
That's some classic Sunday morning energy for you. So
Yeah, I'm glad. So it's funny because my computer froze, so I didn't really see how you guys reacted to me. But it feels like you match the energy of a frozen image. So welcome everyone. So we have a little bit of a programming update. We're moving our Batman episode a week because a few different reasons, but one of the reasons is a good one. We actually went over 600 subscribers this week.
Yeah.
We're actually at 607 since I think we passed 600 on Thursday. We're at 607 as of this morning.
Holy shit.
So yeah, very cool. So instead, we're gonna do a quick, hangout celebration. It'll be very freestyle. We'll be covering a few things, specifically including the Thor: Love and Thunder trailer that dropped at the beginning of the week. Which, if you haven't seen my reaction, I recommend you go check it out.
It's the best.
We'll be talking about a little bit of Moon Knight towards the end of the show if you want to avoid spoilers and you haven't caught up. But other than that, I mean, we're just gonna talk about all the stuff we've been doing and watching and all that good stuff because there's a lot, guys. So many movies out right now, like that are so good.
there are, which is why your first movie rewatch I'm very confused about.
Well, that one, yeah, we'll get into it. Let me just quick shout out to our Patreons, Sabrina, Mike, I Read Comic Books, Final Neil, and Jason Ashmore. Thank you guys. But yeah, let's get into it. We'll just go round table, round robin, all our stuff. Everybody will chime in. So I guess we'll start with my first rewatch
in the show notes.
So all right, so I guess I'll kick us off. Yeah, I watched Speed 2 Cruise Control.
Why?
Were you drunk?
I was scrolling through TikTok and they showed a scene like when the dude dives under the boat. And I started thinking because I couldn't remember, like, is he supposed to be playing the same character as Keanu or not? And he's not. So I went on HBO and I was looking for something to watch. And then I came across Speed and I was like, oh, wait, I wonder if they have the second one, which they do. It's on HBO Max, along with the Batman.
So you can complete
nice
that
double feature
film
there.
mythology, know every Speed thing about Speed.
And look, I understand it's not a good movie, but I'm entertained by it. It's got Willem Dafoe in one of his crazier roles.
I did not realize that actually.
Yeah, he's the main villain. And I love that they make him a villain. Like, obviously, you have to make him this guy that was wronged by the corporation because he got sick, and he uses leeches to like whatever. It's so fucking insane. I did read up a little bit on the movie. They wrote the character for Keanu to come back, but then once he wouldn't because he was doing something else, probably something better. He, they just rewrote the character as a new person, but pretty much the same. But unfortunately, I forget the name of Jason Patrick, I believe is his name. The other actor. Yeah, he can match Keanu's performance from the first movie. But yeah, it's fun. Oh, lights out! I don't know what that means.
Yeah, what are you talking about, Austin?
And lights out.
Are you leaving because we're talking about Speed 2 Cruise Control?
I love that Speed 2 had a subtitle, Cruise Control.
It had to. Well, and it's good because it's a pun, right? Because they're on a cruise.
I frankly am upset that they didn't call it Speed 2 Tied in Knots.
Oh no. Are we going to be just doing boat puns?
Yeah, yes. There's nothing better to do when you're talking about Speed 2.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was Austin and I were texting because we were watching the F1 race right before this, which luckily ended 15 minutes before the show was supposed to start. So, good race in the rain. Mike.
Done with
You're done with the boat pun? What do you mean? No, give us your best boat pun for the Speed 2 Cruise Control in the chat. But yeah, that's how I ended up watching Speed 2 Cruise Control. And like I said, it's not a good movie, but I enjoyed it.
Speed 3, the musical, anchors away.
Yeah. Hey.
Well, I think for Speed 3, they would have to be like on a plane, right? I would think, right? Because the first one's on a bus.
No, they
No,
did.
no,
Because I think it was a sketch on Family Guy where basically they had this type of iceberg that's going 1 mile per hour.
Right.
Speed 2, not this time.
Speed 3. It's set on a train, and it's just a recasting of the musical Oklahoma.
Oh,
Don't leave, Mike. We'll eventually move on from this.
This is your fault for putting that
We're
first.
stuck in a punado.
Yeah. I think the third one should be. It has to be on a plane. I mean, where else can you go from there? A train, maybe?
No, you get increasingly slower. That's why they went to a cruise ship, right?
Oh, so then a train would work, right? I think trains can go like, but like an old school train.
A mail carrier truck. You know,
but wasn't that movie called Unstoppable with?
With Denzel
and Chris Pine.
What about Speed 3? Let's get an Uber. for the Gen Zers out there.
Yeah, there you go. They go, who's this Sandra Bullock character?
Yes, exactly.
Speed 3's on a gondola. I love it.
Speed 4 on a unicycle.
And then you get Keanu back for the fifth one.
Of course. But he's playing John Wick. It's a weird, like, multiverse thing. So,
yeah. All right.
So, what did you get out of this rewatch of Speed 2? What did you get from it?
Oh, that I still enjoy the movie, even though it's bad.
Okay.
I think it's because I like watching bad movies.
Really
that's fair.
Yeah. I do love
some. Which may lead us into the other one, but Clay, would you want to throw something out there that you did watch?
Oh well, yeah, because this week was the annual rewatch of The Fog. At the beginning of The Fog, when he's telling the story, it's the original. There is no Fog that is not created by John Carpenter. That other film is a turd. That other film is terrible and maybe one of the worst things I've ever seen.
Fucked up ending.
It's I feel the same way about there is no non-1960s version of The Haunting.
Oh yeah. But I mean, we love The Fog, and when the opening of the film talks about April 21st, is it John Houseman? Such a good intro, and we love that movie.
So is this one what's in The Fog? Like what I don't think I've ever seen this one.
Oh, you've never seen this?
Neither have I.
Oh wait, maybe I'm thinking of The Mist. Mike's right.
I'm
thinking of The Mist with Thomas Jane.
Is this a prequel to The Mist? Jesus Christ, you kids. Watch some older movies. Let me tell you about a time called the 70s.
Well,
that's why I was confused because I see
how I feel about the Chocolate Factory. There's only Willy Wonka, the Chocolate Factory. The Charlie and the Chocolate Factory with Johnny Depp is just a bastardization of the story.
Yeah, I totally agree with Kyle here.
Yeah.
But yeah, in the opening of the Fog, he tells the story of the ship that crashes and that it happens April 21st, and the whole plot of the story is that the people that colonized Antonio Bay essentially killed the people that were on the ship, took their gold, and colonized that property or that land. And they discover it the night before. They're gonna, praise all the people.
I like that. I like that. Everyone thinks you were talking. Even me. I think people of a certain age. I think it is a generational thing, Clay. Because I know Mike and Austin are my contemporaries. So I think everyone in their certain age thought you were talking about The Mist.
Oh God!
And here's the funny thing: I know about The Fog. I don't know about The Mist.
Oh, really? You don't know the Stephen King story of The Mist? Oh man, that's when I had like I had an audio book where they did a theatrical presentation of The Mist, and that was the first time I'd ever heard it before they did the movie and the TV show.
No.
Oh man.
Wait, it was a Mist TV show?
Yeah.
Like
a
miniseries? A lot of Stephen King stuff gets turned into a movie and then a TV show.
They did it with The Stand. They did it with
I mean,
I
this
guess they did it backwards
is
with
a
it.
100-page book. It should be a mini series. It shouldn't be a movie. So
Yeah. I mean, the like, I kind of love the missed movie ending because it's so messed up.
Yeah.
And
It's
that's not
just
even
like the
messed up
darkest kind of ending you could have.
Yeah.
Am I wrong?
And
Stephen King
Stephen
does
King
love
just
money.
loves money. Yeah.
Yeah.
it reminds me a bit. Anyone ever read? There are two. Hey, good morning. There
Thank
are
you.
two novellas by Joe Lansdale called The Drive-In and then The Drive-In 2.
Oh yeah.
Anyone read these?
Is it
No.
called Drive-In Matinee?
No,
The second one?
no. It's no, but the first one, and I made my poor wife read this, and she hated it, understandably. The first one is this really terrifying story about people who are at a drive-in movie when a mysterious fog surrounds it, and they can't leave. If they try to leave, they die horribly. And then the rest of the book is just them as a little trapped subculture slowly degrading.
What?
It is terrifying.
Wait,
Let's
is it
remake
in
that
a?
movie.
Yeah, I want to find this. Is this in a collection of short stories?
Well, I want to remake
No, I
it.
think it's like I have it as like a Kindle book with both novels in it. So just
Okay.
look for Lansdale the Drive-In, and you should be able to find it.
I want to remake it or remake that into a movie. But then the only movie playing at the drive-in is 2004 Catwoman.
No. Double feature: Catwoman and The Spirit.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Oh,
Right.
shit. That
It's
is
a
a
much-
horror movie.
Much
All
shorter
the movies
story.
we talked about last week.
That would unite them, I think. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
You can't destroy the projector or they all die.
yes. Like Speed, the projector cannot stop running. So,
But other than The Fog, I watched another old movie, A Boy and His Dog. And this is so old, Don Johnson
Oh, wow.
is a teenage boy in the film.
Holy shit.
Is that
Yeah.
who that is? Because that looks like Val Kilmer.
That is Don Johnson in the year 2024. This is based on a Harlan Ellison novella that's just dark as shit. It is past World War IV, and everything's destroyed to the point that when you
Cool!
start,
In 2 years.
yeah, we're almost there. And everything's destroyed. Like you're watching the end of civilization. Like that's the point where we're at. But there are two different parts of civilization: the people that live above ground and the people that live below ground. The people that live below ground are still trying to keep up that American way of life, and they're farmers, and all the men wear overalls, and Jason Robards runs the underground area. But the big problem is there's been so much radiation, and everything that they've consumed underground has sterilized all the men, so they can't continue. And so they lure Don Johnson's character underground so they can just use him for breeding. But he essentially has to be married to every woman that he breeds with, so they have like a 5-minute ceremony before a machine extracts semen from them and then sends the bride on their way. Yeah, this is a really messed up film. This is so good. I can't believe y'all haven't seen this.
Yeah, but you watched this for the podcast you do with Mark, didn't you?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's from 1975.
Makes sense.
But
yeah,
it's
that's
also
why we didn't watch it, because we're not doing a podcast where we rewatch old movies.
well, yeah, but I still love this movie because this movie inspired Mad Max. Like
Oh.
George Miller has said, like the first part of the film where John Johnson is in this desolate area of just nothing. Like you see different apocalyptic films take place, like, The Day After, obviously right after the nukes hit. But when you're watching A Boy and His Dog, you're seeing the end of civilization. Like there's not the struggle to survive is so harsh that your gender is part of the economy. Like
Where did you watch it play?
Tubi.
Tubi.
You can find it on YouTube. It's free in a lot of places. But it's wild because your main character is out to, like, he's looking to find women to do things to violently. Yeah,
Oh,
and
boy.
he has a telepathic connection with his dog, which in the book they had created this history of telepathy with dogs and why dogs can talk and stuff. But I have the comic book that Richard Corbin adapted the story from, and if you guys know Richard Corbin, he did a lot of the art. He did the art in Heavy Metal that the story Den of Earth is based on. And I just love Richard Corbin's art, but he adapted the story almost exactly word for word. So it was neat because I was following along in the comic while the movie was playing, and it's almost the dialogue's almost exactly the same.
Gotcha. Cool. All right. That I don't know how to follow that up, Clay. So I'm gonna just
Yeah, I'm sorry. I just another one of my weird ass movies I'm bringing to the show.
Hey man, as long as I mean, especially because you're doing a cool thing with the podcast and Mark, so that's
Yeah,
fun.
but I've loved this story since I was a kid, and it's neat to see a story like this that people didn't know influenced Mad Max so much, and to be able to pick up a comic. What's weird is Richard Corbin draws. This real story is called Vic and Blood being the dog, and him telling the story of how they kind of survive in the apocalypse and just getting by. And it is so violent and disturbing. But when it came out, they wanted to give it a PG rating. And the director went to the MPAA and said, look, your main character is not a good guy. The things that are happening in this story are a dark comedy and talking about society. You need to give this an R rating. Like, he talked them into an R rating because it was so. It is, when you watch it, it's pretty messed up. It even has a funny moment in there where you can see the end of the world, but someone still has created capitalism in the apocalypse.
Hey, as you know, Clay, all the original Planet of the Apes movies are G-rated, which blows my mind.
Yeah,
blows my mind.
It's gorillas killing men with guns. Not that violent.
They're very violent, and they're like, kids will love this.
Yeah.
The first one's not as violent. I mean, I just recently rewatched it when we did our episode.
But then you have girls with Uzis taking down people. It's amazing. And number 4 is like,
I mean, yeah. By 3, it gets very violent. 2 ends with the destruction of the planet. Spoiler.
Yeah. But the first one, you have them showing hunting and how humans are used as trophies and things like that.
A human is stuck in it. Let's not forget that.
Humans suck anyways.
Hey, you guys take over. I'll be right back.
All right. Let's see. Well, all right. Since you moved up the spot, Kyle, you want to talk about a couple things that you read?
Yeah, sure. Read Avengers number 55, which is basically spotlights on the new Nighthawk.
Well, this is a variant cover, but yeah.
Okay, I was going to say. Wait a second. Okay.
I almost picked that up.
It's good because it's basically it's him tailing some villains, basically saying after we found out the Legion, the Squadron Supreme of America has decided to go their own way. After they realized they were.
He's back. He's back from the. Is that Nighthawk from the Heroes Reborn?
Yeah, and he says they've all decided to go on their way because after they found out they were created by they were tools and created by Coulson and his apocalyptic lord, and so it's basically him trying to find Mephisto. So the Panther ends up showing up and asking them, "Hey, would you still be willing to help out?" Blah blah. But I won't stop you from trying to do what you need to do. Also, enter the Serpent Society for the first time probably since the 80s in the Captain America comic books. He ends up taking them out. The Avengers show up and realize, hey, there's a Mephisto threat coming up. We need to basically enlarge our Avengers team. So they go back to the Avengers Tower and basically show the current roster, and they invite the new Nighthawk to be a part of the Avengers.
Cool.
Yeah, and I've got an image here. I'll have to throw in the chat because it's fucking amazing. Because I think it's my favorite Avengers image in a long time. But let me see.
Is it McGinnis? It's still McGinnis in the art, right?
Huh? Yeah, I think so. Let me see if I can get this. Hold on. Can I put this in?
Oh, okay. This one's Javier Garron. Okay, yeah, they probably keep switching.
I'll throw it in the chat. I'll throw it in the chat here in a second. But basically, the next one is World's Finest number 2. It's the continuation.
Oops.
No, that's a good cover. That's a good cover.
Yeah, that's so you see the Serpent Society's back in this one.
Yeah, that cover almost made me buy it. I was like, wait, is Serpent Society and Nighthawk? Oh, damn.
All right.
All right, I just threw the image in the Discord chat if you want to grab that when you get a chance.
Cool.
Yeah. But the World's Finest #2 takes place where after not Captain America, Superman has been affected by red kryptonite, so they're with this am I blanking there? Suicide Squad, and they end up getting all the red radiation out of them, and then basically realize that hey, there's something there's this mystical sword that's been thrown into the current time. So it's basically Superman and Batman had to go find one person, and Felix Faust, who's basically attacking Billy Baston, and then basically Superman calls in Supergirl to Robin, and you find out that basically there might have been a possible date between the two of them when they were before, because there's real animosity going on between the two younger ones.
I love that the Doom Patrol's in it. First of all, I love the way Dan Mora draws the Doom Patrol. I think they all look very cool. I mean, Dan Mora's art in general. Here's the image from the previous book that Kyle was talking about, which is interesting because I haven't kept up with the book, so it's interesting to see the lineup of the Avengers.
Yeah, it's Captain America, Iron Man, Thor, and Captain Marvel, Blade, Namor, the new Nighthawk, Valkyrie, Jane's
Jane
Valkyrie,
Foster Valkyrie.
Yeah, the new Starbrand and Phoenix.
Echo Phoenix. This is Starbrand, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
And I thought that was like, okay, it's pages like this that I really like when you have like a formation of a new team that could really start a new lineup, and it's just like, it'd be interesting to see where this goes.
And I'm glad to catch up on this because now I know who's going to be on that Judgment Day cross. Oh, whoops. Sorry. Which Avengers roster is going to be in that crossover for the Judgment Day stuff, right?
Yeah. And apparently I found out there's going to be a new, it's going to be, we're coming for another big, they do crossover, Avengers versus X-Men versus Eternals.
Yeah, that's Judgment Day.
Okay, my bad. Okay. And then
I like Judgment Day better because X-Men versus Eternals, that's just too much.
Well, they have, that's why they have here's a little AXE thing that to promote it, but I do need to catch up on the Eternals before that.
And the last one I read was Nightwing, and basically this is the second part where basically somebody is trying to kill Dick Grayson because he inherited the fortune that that cover is just badass.
I love it. I love when they team up.
Yeah, and it's Wally and Nightwing trying to take down these villains and trying to stop the hit on Dick. And the first image shows Wally basically telling KGB, like saying, there's a whole list of characters that I want to take you out, like for what you've done. And this is my best friend, but I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going to make sure you realize you better not do this again, or it's going to be a hell of pay. And so they're going around the world, and they end up hitting this one base where they find a list of different a different hitmen. So Dick's like, no, keep all of these hitmen going out for their target. And it's like, why? Because we want to catch them. So he hires the Teen Titans and a whole bunch of other heroes. They capture them. Then you have Talia show up. No, it's Lady Shiva show back up at Blockbuster's headquarters and goes basically, we just have it's basically this like sort of network of hitmen. He goes, some of our best hitmen have just been captured, and basically the hit for Dick Grayson's been taken off. So if you want to kill him, you're gonna have to do it yourself.
I love this panel where he asks him like they gotta run to the island. He's like, piggyback or cradle? and then he doesn't answer in that panel, but then you cut over to the next page.
Yeah.
That's so
what I like about it is that his kids are watching Nightbark, his dog, and he goes, Dad, can we get a dog? And so Wally's Dick going, I just want to let you know, if we have to end up getting a dog, this is your fault. Usually when my kids are persistent, I can usually stop most villains, but when it comes to my kids, I can't ever do it.
Yeah, that's good. Cool. All right. Josh, you want to tell us a few things?
Yeah, so I've got 2 weeks of comics because I couldn't be on the show last week. So I'll start with the older stuff, and I'll just do a few of these. I read Immortal Red Sonja #1.
Oh, hold on, let me.
Which I'm really hit or miss on Dynamite stuff. I'll be honest with you. First off, I'm never a huge fan of just all the cheesecake covers.
How does your wife feel about those covers?
This one though I really like. It is written by God, where are the credits? Hang on.
I don't know who's been doing Red Sonja. I thought Gail Simone was a big Red Sonja writer.
She was a while back. God, where are the frickin'
I think it's Dan Abnett.
Okay. Oh, that's right. That's why I got it, because I like him as a writer. So it's Dan Abnett writing, and
Alessandro Miracolo on art.
Thank you. Just so you don't think I'm going insane, the credits on the inside cover do not list any of the creators.
Wow.
Editor. Yeah. Anyway, I really dig this. The idea, again, Dynamite stuff's hit or miss. I'll talk about one later from this past week that I just hated. But this one's great. The concept is it is a very young Red Sonja. And the reason it's called Immortal is because she acquired this chainmail, which, can I also just say credit to Dan Abnett for intentionally conceiving of a story where he has to cover up Red Sonja's chest. I really dig it. But this chainmail is cursed. She can't take it off. If she tries to take it off, it actually begins to like compress and cut into her.
Oh, wow.
And so she has traveled to a place called, and I love this splash page because it feels very, kind of classic 70s sort of horror stuff.
Yeah.
But he has traveled to the last house to try and find someone who can help her get rid of the curse. And I won't say any more from that because there are some surprises, but really, really good, fun read. I really dug it. One that I picked up just out of nostalgia and was really glad that I did is the 40th anniversary G.I. Joe special. And what's really cool about this is it is basically, if you read Classic Joe, one of the all-time best issues ever is called Silent Interlude. Mm-hmm. It is an issue with Snake Eyes and
creating the Cobra headquarters.
Yep, Lady Jane, and there's no dialogue.
Scarlet.
Oh, Scarlet. Yeah. Wait, is it?
Yeah, Lady J is Flint's girlfriend. Scarlet's always been Snake Eyes' girlfriend.
Oh, you're right. It is Scarlet. Anyway, what is cool about this is they worked with Larry Hama and his original breakdowns, and there is a different artist for every page recreating it.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
At the end of it, Storm Shadow throws a katana at them, and Snake Eyes does the whole double clap and keeps the blade from hitting Scarlet.
Yep, that gets recreated.
Dude.
So it's really cool and fun, but then what I also like is they include the original story as well. And there is a little essay at the end. I mean, it's just it for an anniversary special, it is really well done.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I was wondering where there's like 30 creators listed on this thing.
Yeah, it's enormous. It's one per page, right? So
that's so cool. Yeah, 22 different creators. Wow.
Yeah. It's pretty amazing. I really enjoyed that. And then I'll just do one more from last week. That was it was fine. Vanity, which I just kind of picked up on a whim because
that was a Scout book, right?
Yes. And
Black Caravan.
No, Black Caravan. Have you been to their site? Their site's a mess. Like it doesn't work. Really? Yeah. I was trying to find this for a friend of mine because I knew he'd be into it. It is a comic retelling of the infamous Lady Bathory, who is seen as like an early historical precursor of the vampire. I really dig the art. It just has this great kind of old-fashioned art style. It's a cool story. It's well told. I don't know if I'm going to keep reading it, but it was at least compelling enough that I was like, "Well, this is pretty cool." So anyway,
all right. Well, if you want to keep reading it, let me know. I'll send you the comps because we do get emails from Scout, and I was going to review it last week, but I opened it up and I saw like 18 panels on the first 2 pages, and I was like, "Yeah, this is because it's like a 9-panel grid."
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
On both. I was like, maybe later. But I'm glad you read it.
They do a cool thing where as Lady Bathory grows up, you see everything from her perspective. And at first it's like a little disruptive until you get to the fact that at the end they don't reveal her until after this specific event occurs, and it's clearly leading into the next issue. So then it like suddenly turns this like omniscient, third person view, and you can see her from outside. So
Gotcha.
Anyway, it's cool. Yeah,
Cool.
I dig it. And I've got more, but I'll discuss that as we go around.
All right. Well, I watched a few more movies, 2 new ones, one an old movie, but I'll just talk about that real quick. So first of all, as penance for our Nick Cage sins of last week from Kyle,
There's no penalty.
I
It's not that
I
good.
rewatched Lord of War, the 2005 movie about
That's
Nick
interesting.
Cage being like a arms dealer, supposedly based on actual events, which I mean I can't imagine in the 90s, 80s and 90s at the end of the Cold War. Yeah, the movie's fine. I like that we get a lot of Nick Cage. There's a young Jared Leto in the movie. So that one it's on Peacock to watch for free after like a couple minutes of ads. So it's fine. If you need some Nick Cage as we get to maybe his best year ever, then for sure.
I am so hyped for that movie.
I love telling Mark about Mandy, and he had never seen it, and he sends me a text the next day, and he goes, I'm still shaken by Mandy. I'm still thinking about it. Like, that's how disturbing it was.
Yeah, Mandy. Oh my God.
I love a good recommendation when people are bothered the next day.
I think Mom and Dad is a really good one.
Oh God, yes. That one is so messed up.
The Color Out of Space.
Color Out of Space.
Yeah. That's just so.
But as I was talking, this weekend we have a lot of really cool movies in the theaters. So I went to watch The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent, where Nicolas Cage plays Nicolas Cage. Pedro Pascal plays like his super fan, and man, this movie was so much fun. Like, it's just good. I don't know if you guys remember, like in the early 2000s, there would be these comedies that are full of action, where they just grab 2 really charismatic people. They did that, but they added meta-ness of like, this is an exaggerated version of Nick Cage in this world. And yeah, I don't know. Like, I really, really enjoyed it. It's one of my favorite Nick Cage things, and I think it's my highest rated movie for the year so far because I haven't rated The Batman.
So far. So until you go rate The Batman,
I'm saving it for the show. So that was really good. And then on the other side of that coin, I watched The Northman, which is the new Robert Eggers movie with Alexander Skarsgård. He plays this like Icelandic Viking dude that somebody killed his dad. His dad was a king. Somebody killed him, so it's like a tale of revenge. And this little kid grows up into this massive Viking dude. But it's Robert Eggers, right? So if you've seen The Witch and The Lighthouse and stuff like that,
The Witch.
You're in for a treat. It's violent, but it's full of weird shit too, because it kind of goes into like fantasy, but it doesn't feel like fantasy because it's all kind of very grounded. It's a weird mix. But I mean, if this image doesn't tell you what you need to know about this movie, this one's definitely not for kids. I'll say that.
Is it G-rated?
I had one issue with this movie, and that is that they kind of pair Anya Taylor-Joy's character with the Northman as kind of having this relationship. And then I looked it up, and she's 26, he's 45, and I'm like, oh man, I don't know that we needed a romantic relationship with the two of them, and they still could have worked out. But other than that,
but at 45 as a Viking, he's pretty much on his deathbed, right? I mean,
that's what. So he doesn't look 45. That's why I had to look it up.
Oh, I see.
Because he doesn't look. I mean, he's just jacked as shit. They do this really cool thing where they actually stay. Like, I was looking at just how the movie was made. They do a lot of stuff that's, I guess, very well researched. There's a sport that Vikings used to play that is portrayed in the movie, where I had to go look it up, and then I fell down this wiki rabbit hole of like the sport. It's
what's
really
it called?
Cool. It's like extreme. What's it called?
Rugby.
It's like the little rackets that you throw the little ball.
Oh yeah.
Like
lacrosse.
Lacrosse, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like extreme lacrosse.
Wow.
Extremely bloody lacrosse. But yeah, it's really good. If you can't go out to the theaters, hopefully this will be out soon and streaming. I don't expect this to stay in the theaters much longer because I think this is like one of those movies that's very niche.
Yeah, it's
where,
very
like,
independent.
Yeah, people will go see a Robert Eggers movie, and then like those people will go the first couple of weeks, and then anybody else that wants to watch it, it'll be by word of mouth, like when it gets to streaming or something. But yeah, two very different movies, but just I don't know, really well made, which I really enjoy. Oh yeah, I was not talking about rollerball. That's another extreme form of lacrosse.
James Caan.
Which rollerball though?
Exactly.
Oh, I've only seen the LL Cool J version.
Don't you fucking say that! Oh my god, I've only seen the LL Cool J version.
I'm gonna take a wild guess. Austin has only ever seen the LL Cool J version. Austin thinks from that.
You kids and your knowledge of only remakes of critical 70s and 80s science fiction films.
It's not our
his
fault.
slight defense, that LL Cool J version now is 20 years old.
Don't do that to me, Kyle. Come on, man. Come on.
Yeah, it came out in 2002. I remember because this is back when I was still big, when I first really got into watching WWE, and they actually have Paul Heyman and Shane McMahon make appearances in that film because they actually had a big promotion of the movie.
So here's the thing, like it's not my fault that for the decade where I was the decade where I went to the movies the most as a young teen, where I wanted to hang out with my friends, all the movies that were coming out were remakes. Like growing up in the 2000s, and you find like that's your prime movie watching age at the theater.
Yeah.
Now I can be more picky with what I watch, right?
Watch Speed 2 Cruise Control.
Damn right. Yes. It's so accessible. It's right there.
About what he chooses to watch.
I mean, you can't knock LL because ladies love Cool James. So why wouldn't you put him in a movie?
Oh, I love it.
We may have to do a remakes episode soon. Yeah.
Oh, I'm ready.
It's not our fault. The remakes were better. We're talking Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Take Austin and put him in like a box somewhere and not let him comment.
I'm about to send him a link so he can join the chat. Join the show.
Is Austin
no such thing as a remake being better?
The atrocious remake of RoboCop? Like, is that where we're at?
Oh my god, that fucking RoboCop movie is so bad.
Yeah, that one I can't defend much, but I bet you there's remakes that are better than the original.
Deep Blue Sea, baby.
I remember seeing that in the theater, and I did love it. So
we all did. Thomas Jane, Sam Jackson,
LL
Cool J.
I think I might have seen all of LL Cool J's movies. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh my god, that's a weird boast.
That's a weird brag. Yeah.
Yeah. So you saw SWAT?
Oh yeah. Oh, dude, I love SWAT. Austin loves SWAT. Austin, tell us how much you love SWAT. Hawkeye's in it. Penguin's in it.
Oh my god. Letty from Fast and Furious.
Yeah, everyone's in SWAT. Sam Jackson's in it. He's the Nick Fury of SWAT.
Look! If there's one thing we can say about Nick Fury, God damn it, Sam Jackson, is that he can't rescue every movie. Case in point, The Spirit. So just
yeah, as we talked about last week.
Yeah.
The Spirit. But all right, I'll give somebody else a go because I got a few more things, but it's more. See, SWAT, Michelle Rodriguez. That was, I'm telling you, that was when our prime age of watching movies at the theater. And it was all those movies.
It's great that we have the entire SWAT fan base in our episode tonight. Both Daniel and Austin are here celebrating the movie together
Austin
as the entire fan base of SWAT.
SWAT rewatch party. We'll finish up with Where Are They Now?
Still didn't make it movies. It's not that long ago.
Yeah, they're all still making movies pretty much, I think.
All right.
The main people I remember. All right. Clay, you want to hit us with some more stuff?
Well, I want to talk about Captain America Zero because that got the chat all riled up
yeah.
and everybody has read
Yeah.
this book. Everybody was hyped talking about this book. I got what cover did you get?
Oh yeah, what cover? Oh, hold on. Oops,
I got that one.
I got the Mark Brooks wraparound cover. It's got MODOK. It's got everyone. It's insane. I put a link in the notes.
Yeah, I got the same one. Hold on, I'll pull it up.
Okay.
All right.
But it's got both Caps working together, two shields against Arnim Zola, and it's political. The art is beautiful. It is taking a stand of what Captain America is going to be about, but then it breaks off. Josh pointed this out beautifully. It takes these two and it makes it an awesome story, and then it breaks off and says, "Oh, now you can buy their individual series." As opposed to how badass this issue was with both of them in it.
Exactly. I mean, just look at that panel. Look at that. I want more of that. I just want them like, man, we did good. We're just relaxing in the.
The best is them trying to figure out what are you going to be called? The Spectacular Captain America?
Yes.
Uncanny.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh God, it was so good, and yeah, they're gonna.
This panel. Oh, I hate this fucking thing that I can't show you guys. This panel. It's full glory.
Here. I can
oh my god, yeah. Arnim looks great though. I just love. That's the most batshit thing in the Marvel universe is Arnim Zola, and I wish that he would be in the MCU like this. Yes, that is. I mean, how much do you think for that splash page? How much would you pay?
It's got to be a lot. I knew. I was already getting worried when I got to the end of the issue, and I was like, "There's no way they can have this artist monthly."
Yeah.
Right. And so when I got to the end and I saw, oh, look, there's two different titles. I was like, oh God, they're just it's X-Men all over again.
I love it. I love the designs. I love that they each have their own shield.
Yeah.
And the story here, like the way just reminding you of like, this is kind of what's going to be Cap's book about, right? The Steve Rogers book. Like that's what it's going to be about. With soldiers sharing all the new Captain America that have shown up in the last few months. And then I love this, him throwing the shield.
Yeah, and they both accept what America has become and how bad it is. Yep. And they're here to make things better. But they're accepting that we have done bad things, we're in a bad place, but we need to become a better America. And that's what I dig about this book.
This panel too, with both of them, they both yell, "I'm Captain America." Squish.
And they argue for the fact that the version of America that they've experienced is still worth fighting for. And I thought that was just so wonderful. Like it's not glossing over the bad points. It's accepting them and being like, there is good here, or in spite of this, we still need to fight for things, right? It's a fantastic. I mean, just even if it's the only Cap book you read from this, like I'm not going to pick up the next, 2 titles. Just go read issue 0. It's
or at least it does tell you at the back what each one of the books is going to be about, and you kind of like if you want to choose one, you kind of keep following, right? Which is cool. Like I mean, at least you're being a little upfront about what the plan is. Although I did say in my review, I hate 0 issues because they just put them out so they'll sell like number ones without putting out a number one.
Yeah,
right. It's a numbers thing. But
this issue was badass. I loved it. I just wish they would stay together. It's weird to sell an issue of 2 characters and then saying now we're going to split them up. Go get both. It just kind of ruins the momentum of that book.
I agree.
But man, it was awesome. And it is really in depth about the problems America's going through, and both captains accepting that and trying to make it a better place.
Yeah.
I also got caught up on Reckless. You guys reading the Ed Brubaker, Sean Phillips series, Reckless, Out of Criminal?
I need to.
It's just fantastic. It's just standalone stories. Destroy All Monsters is probably the best one. It's weird because like they're both so good. Like
I really
this one,
like the previous one too because of the kind of twist. I don't know. I feel like they all have a little bit of a twist, but I really like the previous one. I forget what it's called.
oh, yeah. If you're on the image page, it should have all of them
Yeah.
listed in there.
So this is the
But-
new one. The Ghost in You is the new one.
Yeah, and that's kind of a standalone story with his projectionist and an
Anna.
Elvira type character who may or may not have a haunted house and
Oh, here.
hires her to check. Oh, Friend of the Devil.
I
Yeah.
think this one's my favorite.
I don't know. I think maybe. Let's see here. I have them. Destroy All Monsters might be my favorite one. I mean, they're all great. That's what's so
Yeah.
fun about them. They're totally worth the hardback purchase. And Destroy All Monsters just seems to be a complete story, but segmented and broken down so well. You feel like you're in a Quentin Tarantino film. You feel like but because he is doing 80s LA, it feels like a continuation of Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. You know,
Yeah.
you're seeing because he writes in the back that he wanted to use these books also as kind of historical markers of what it was like at that point in LA and telling the stories. And because he uses the highway as a divide on where you live, on how you live, and especially with his assistant driving from one side of town to the other, like it's a big deal in the story. And Sean Phillips also uses different buildings as landmarks in there to tell stories. So it's really, really good. And the coloring, I think the coolest thing about reading them back to back is seeing the color set the tone for each story.
That's
and
cool.
do it so differently and do it so well. Because Destroy All Monsters has a way different tone than The Ghost in You, which has a bit of a kind of a horror element to it, mixed in with crime. So it's really neat. But man, I can't recommend these books enough. I mean, and it says a lot for my recommendation. These aren't my recommendation for this week, but I love them so much. I buy the hardbacks as soon as they come out.
Yeah.
Cool.
Do you want to jump
Josh,
in?
you want to jump to something else on yours?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You.
Oh, sure. Okay. You guys probably talked about this 2 weeks ago, but my pick from 2 weeks ago would have been Sandman.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Number one. Excuse me. I'm always a little nervous when anyone that's not Neil Gaiman writes in the Sandman universe, and this just nails it. It's really good. It's good at making the Corinthian creepy as hell, but also, and again, I don't want to spoil anything, but also kind of not the main antagonist.
Oh, really? Oh,
yeah.
Wow.
It's really interesting. There are some, I'm usually not creeped out by comic horror stuff. There is some stuff in here. There's at least 2 panels. I was like, that is too disgusting. I've gotta like do something else. It's written by
these are from the preview pages that DC sent us.
Yeah.
Man, like, oh, here, this one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So it's
boy.
James Tinian the Force, a writer. Lissandro Esteran is the artist. Patricio Del Pesce is doing colors.
And
it
does letters. Yeah, here we go.
Yeah.
Here's all the credits.
Yeah, there you go. And it does have a guest artist because there are a couple of scenes that take place in The Dreaming, and those are by Yannick Paquette.
Yannick Paquette and Nathan Fairburn. Yeah, it's very good. It's I hate the Corinthian. Like,
yeah. Yes.
The whole concept of this dude has little mouths for eyes.
And Tinian runs with that. It is very disturbing. Very, very disturbing.
Sounds awesome.
So it's good. It's good. If you like the Sandman, we for the Comic Book Club reread Volume 2, which is the story that introduces the Corinthian, because it's one of my favorites. It's so dark and disturbing. It where Sandman ends up going off in a very different direction for much of the rest of the series. Dream Country just feels kind of unique in it. And this really builds off of Dream Country. So
yeah, this is a Jenny Frizen variant. Which if anybody watching got it, like good for you, because this thing's like $300 now.
Oh shit! I almost picked it up. God damn it!
It's a 1 in 100, so it was gonna be expensive to begin with.
Yeah, I think my shop had one copy of that cover, and it was already going for like $35.
Yeah, this one I got. I think this was the variant I got.
That's a nice variant.
Bueno cardstock, which is like. First, you don't really. It doesn't seem really weird.
Yeah.
But then you look at the way that he's sitting down, and then the little holes in the newspaper with the mouths, and I hate it. I hate it, but I love it.
I hate it.
There were pretty good covers for this one.
Yeah.
So.
And then I'll just discuss the awful Dynamite book I read.
Great, because I read it too. So I want to know.
All right, I want to hear your thoughts on it. So John Carter of Mars, issue 1 came out. This was the alt cover.
Wow, they've changed John Carter a lot.
Huh?
They changed John Carter a lot.
Well, I mean, this is Deja, but so when this got announced, I was like, cool, I like John Carter of Mars, right? Like this is kind of a new thing. Oh my God. First off, it's one of those instances where the interior art, as I read it, I just kept going back and forth between love and hate. Like it's very cartoony, which
I got you, Josh.
I'm not.
That's the other
way
cover.
Different than the covers.
Yeah, I'm not against cartoony art.
Oh, whoops.
Whoa, I was like, wait, what are you reading? There you go. Yeah, I'm not against like this style. It just didn't work for me at all. And the other thing that kind of bugged me is it throws you in immediately. Like I had to reread the first few pages several times to understand what was.
Yeah, this was weird. Like I like the art, but I didn't really know who the fuck was coming back to life, or like.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Is this supposed to be him coming back from Mars or whatever?
Well, and then even the time frame, like to me, this looks like it's set. Well, first off, I had to really look at it a couple of times to be like, what time is this, right?
Yeah.
And it looks to be set in the Civil War. They're wearing Civil War gear. But then one of the Civil War soldiers says his wife is an historian of the Civil War. And I'm like, when is this? Like, you wouldn't be an historian if it's current events. That's not how this works. Like,
hey, maybe this is a different Civil War. Civil War 2. Cruise control.
Yes.
Electric Boogaloo. I really, really hated this book. I'm not going to pick it up again. I hate to be so harsh on a title, but I just, if it was like the art style with a solid story, fine. If it was this story with maybe a different art style that made things a little more clear, fine. Both together, I'm out. Like I cannot handle it.
I didn't mind the art, and I don't know much about John Carter because I haven't even seen that movie with Tyler.
Well, it's worth seeing. It's not.
Yeah,
it's not. He watches
it's
fucking
really good.
Cruise Control, but won't watch John Carter.
That's true.
It's on Disney Plus. I'll just say.
God.
Okay, but I was invested enough because of this page where it shows us like this kind of reveal of like all these monsters. Where I was like, okay, what the fuck is happening? What are these things?
The book. I mean, to its credit, the book. Yeah, there you go.
These are the John Carter you should be reading. And talking about the monsters, like with the 4 arms, they're the alien race that he basically befriends on the actual planet.
Yeah,
they're cool.
Although they're supposed to be white gorillas, right? I mean, that's what they are in the. Anyway, this book I think assumes either you've read the original novels, which I've started, or you've watched the movie, because even there's one moment where John Carter does something when he thinks he's on Earth, and he's like, I can do this on Earth. And if you know nothing about John Carter, that makes no sense. No sense at all.
Yeah, that was weird. I was like, okay, I guess you can.
Yeah, you're like, why wouldn't you be able to? Aren't you basically like a pulp hero? So I'm sorry to be harsh in a book, but I'm glad I'm not the only one, Daniel.
From what I gathered, just reading and doing some research because I did a video on it. John Carter was a Civil War soldier that got like taken to Mars, and then he did a bunch of shit on Mars, but they didn't really talk about that much because it doesn't matter for this book either.
Basically, Adam Strange.
Yeah,
that's what I said in my review. Okay, good. I got it.
Isn't Adam
Strange?
Adam Strange is a ripoff of John Carter of Mars. So
I mean, basically, he has more superpowers because the being from Earth, the gravity on Mars gives him more super strength. But he's Adam Strange.
Okay, cool.
Which I will say, the movie does really well. It introduces what he's able to do. It's just this great montage sequence of him like figuring it out. It's good.
I'm glad you guys like it. I've only heard negative things about that movie.
Yeah.
No, it's really good.
It is a bad movie. Oh, I guess we could have added that in the comic book films last week.
Oh, John Carter. Yeah,
we may need to do a rewatch of John Carter of Mars like we did for the Rocketeer episode we just did. Where I can revisit something. Maybe it is a bad movie.
Do that. So
maybe it's a bad movie and you guys just don't remember it.
No, I started rewatching it.
Bought it.
Yeah.
All right.
I'll do 2 more real quick and then I'm done.
Let me show my books for the week.
Right,
I got a bunch, and then we'll go to you if you guys have it. One more thing before we move on to trailers or to this week's stuff. So I bought a bunch of stuff. Whoops, not that one. Not that one. Move on. There we go. So I got a bunch of stuff this week. Too much actually, because I visited both my regular shop, Sanctuary, and then Titan.
Wait.
To go
He's actually seen you bought too much
stuff.
That's never happened.
So I got this Trial of Amazon's variant by Babs Starr. I think this is Babs.
I love her art.
Yeah, this is Babs. Great. I love this book. I need to catch up. I got the Doctor Strange one shot with Nightmare.
Oh, I almost got that too.
I almost got that, but is that an old story?
That's what I wondered.
It's just like a one shot at a time that doesn't have anything. You could read this on its own.
Right, but
it's not reprinting anything old though.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, but I do know that like some of these older, like it's a Ralph Macchio written story. They have a lot of stories they've bought that they've never printed.
Yeah,
and they do this now. Well, they'll reprint some stuff.
Well, Marvel's doing that with the Silver Surfer Rebirth series. That is just like an old. They get the original creative team or one of the more successful creative teams, and let's try to do something again. Yeah. I was taken aback when I saw Ralph Macchio on the cover, and I was like, wait a minute.
Karate Kid?
I know. I was about to make a Cobra Kai joke.
I got Hulk #6 concludes the first arc of Smastronaut.
Oh my god, it's so good.
I really loved. Kyle already talked about this book, but yeah, it's pretty good. Batman the Knight.
Oh yeah,
continues. Yeah, Chip Zdarsky's still killing it. He stopped by Ryan Stegman's stream on Thursday, so if y'all want to go check it out. The dude is deranged, but he talked a little bit about his upcoming Batman, his upcoming Daredevil. This finally wrapped up, Blue and Gold, so I can finally read it.
Oh, good, because I almost bought that issue. I didn't realize it was the last one.
Yeah, this is the last one. So maybe the collection will be out soon, or DC Infinite, if you have it.
Yeah, I'll get the trade.
I picked up this variant just because it's Jenny Frison, and since I couldn't get her Death variant, I picked up the Catwoman one.
Fair.
Wolverine still kicking ass. I haven't read it though. Yeah, I'm getting there. Oh, Clay, you know I'm getting there.
So
that Lonely City cover.
Daniel, what's the percentage of books that you buy that you don't read because you're just waiting for all of them?
So the thing is now there is a few, but a lot of these I read now before because we get copies for them, so I do videos on them.
Yeah.
And then there's like anything that's a miniseries, I'll usually read the first one and then wait till it's completed. So Blue and Gold was one of those where I read the first one. The new Vampire Slayer book.
Saw that.
Where Buffy's not the Vampire Slayer anymore because shit happened before, I guess. I don't know. It's good. I like it. It's got a giant crab in it. The TMNT book that came out this week. This is a chunky one because it's reprinting a bunch of stuff about the Rat King. So you get to know who he is because he's going to be the next villain. I liked it a lot. I went to Boomerang and they had this, so I picked it up. The Cowboy Bebop one shot.
Yeah.
I just really like the cover. I don't know if I'll read it, but
because I don't know if I'll read it. That seems like that would be awesome if it could still carry the tone of the show.
I accidentally picked up 2 copies of Nice House on the Lake. So if somebody needs one, let me know.
I do.
Okay, I'll save you one.
That's how do you know you're buying too many comics when you accidentally buy the same?
Well, the
comics
thing is,
twice?
I picked it up at Sanctuary on Wednesday, and then when I went to Titan on Friday, I couldn't remember if I had it. I didn't mark it off my list, so that's why you got to scan your books when you get them, kids. Make sure you don't double buy them.
That's a
And then
that's a pro move.
Catwoman,
looks
Lonely
so
City.
good. God, I really
Chloe
like
talked about, but
Yes,
there were 2
that's
really
the
cool
cover I
covers.
got.
And
Those are
then
great.
my buddy Austin, different Austin, than the one that's on the chat. He works at Sanctuary. He's like, "Hey, you interested in this one?"
Dude.
Now you've got
This
3.
is the Annie Wu cover. It is not
Damn.
regular price, but it was nice. It was nice to get.
It was not regular priced.
It was not regular price.
That looks
Then
like a toll on your wallet.
Yeah. Speaking of, have you seen how many covers are coming out next week for Amazing Spider-Man #1?
Yes.
He's gonna buy them.
And Knights of X #1.
Yes, that too.
Admit it. Stop supporting that. It's so hard to catalog your comics when you scan in a
Clay,
comic.
I don't want to, but then I get there and I'm like, ooh, that one's cool.
I mean, there are covers that go from 1A to 1 like double letters.
Double A, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there are just so many covers.
I went to Titan, like I said, and they have a box with like pre-slab things, so I picked this up.
Wow. Huh.
Oh, nice.
It was a good deal because it cost like $30 to wrap these up, so this was not like, it was a good deal. And then I picked this one up only because it was $10, which is insane. It's the Gunsling, the Spawn's Universe #1.
I see.
The Scott Campbell cover. Yeah, these are hard to show on the screen.
Yeah,
but this was $10. Like it cost $30 just to slab it. So like, I don't know how Jeremy got it, but and then the last few things. Sorry, I bought a lot of stuff this week, guys. I was the Archer and Armstrong #1, which comes out in May, but this is a variant exclusive that Titan had, so I picked it up. And then this Demon Days variant from Peach Momoko, also Comics Pro, which we talked about Comics Pro a few weeks ago, so go check that show out. And then a Vampire Slayer cover.
Damn. And
then, of course, because I'm an idiot, I bought the Inferno collected.
I saw
Mark Brooks. And then the last thing. My Masters of the Universe Revelations art book from Dark Horse.
Wow. Awesome.
I saw you post that on
this thing is insane. I haven't cracked it open yet because I don't know what, but just looking at the back to seeing what's in it. And Dark Horse retweeted me, so like Kevin Smith liked my tweet, and what's his name? Orko, the voice of Orko.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's awesome.
So all right, and then last but not least, because these are from last week, and I had a few gift cards that I hadn't used since Christmas.
Nice.
The Batman without the mask, with the mask, but then
with pants without pants.
They need something to travel on. So I got the Bat Pod.
Dude.
Oh, nice.
Because GameStop had a sale where if I bought this bag, they would give me 20% off of everything. So I was like, all right.
Dude, I want that car so bad.
This is what happens when you guys don't see me for a few weeks. I just have a bunch of new stuff. So
I'm going to go with what I got on Friday.
So there it is. That's all I have. Comics were really good this week, though. Go check out the reviews from the channel. And I'll tag in Kyle.
On Friday, I went out to Denton with a friend, just had the kind of day off and wanted to spend some time. So there's right outside, if you're going down 35 towards Gainesville, there's a small antique mall. And in the back, they have a place where the guy just has all comic books. So I'd gone out there.
Oh, cool. So you didn't go to a shop?
No, I went to an antique store. And a place where the whole back room is movie posters and comic books.
Nice.
Oh, dude.
And I'd been there before, but I also gave up buying comic books for Lent or anything frivolous. So I went back and collected a whole bunch of the 25th anniversary covers. So,
hell yeah!
Nah, I love.
Kyle is questing these covers now.
I had that.
Amazing
That's such a
Spider-Man.
cool, yeah. That's such a cool concept of like just trying to find all those.
Yeah. West Coast
Mhm.
Avengers, Conan,
I love
Conan,
the
Barry
Conan.
Windsor Smith.
Peter Parker's Spectacular Spider-Man.
I like that one.
I had that one too.
Kuroken Dagger. Classic X-Men.
I love that one.
Yeah.
Art Adams.
And
Oh
then-
yeah, I had that one.
And that's 9 compared to the 2 I already have: Transformers
Yeah.
and X Factor.
So if memory serves, Kyle, I think it's either the Web of Spider-Man issue or the Spectacular is written and drawn by Keith Giffen.
I think so.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's that like post ambush bug, highly like noir abstract style Keith Giffen. So,
And I might have a few covers for you.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, I'm 11 into a 29 issue thing they did. So, like I said, they even did some of the Star comic books. Like they did
Heathcliff.
Ewoks, Care Bears, and Heathcliff all have.
Yeah.
And, even Peter Porker, the Spectacular Spider-Man, has a cover also.
Do you plan to get those?
Yes, I mean I'm not going to pay the price what most people want, but if I'm going to look for them to see if I can't get a decent price on them.
Yeah.
Now, let's see, Kyle. Do you have? So you need this one, I would think.
No, that's not real.
Oh,
That's not real.
No.
yeah, that's
Oh.
not real.
Yeah, no, that's from.
Okay, let me check.
What about the Care Bears one? Do you
There's
have
the
the Care
Care
Bears
Bears.
one?
No, but I'm going to look for it though.
Okay, here we go. I think this is all of them.
That's not all of them. There's 29. There's still a couple in there missing.
Oh, okay, cool.
And again, I'm
Transformers isn't in there.
Masters of the Universe one with Hardock is cool.
I'm pretty sure I have the Alpha Flight one.
Oh.
That Fantastic Four one is still one of my all-time favorite covers and issues ever. I love
And you know
that.
why they did this, right?
Yeah, it was their anniversary.
Yeah, from when they first released Fantastic Four #1.
Oh, I see. Oh, yeah.
For
Okay.
25 years, yeah. Of official first Marvel comic book.
The Ewoks one is pretty cool too.
I do have the New Mutants one.
Sweet.
The Daredevil one is that
Yeah.
is that Frank Miller or is it?
No, I think it's after Frank Miller.
Yeah. Well,
Wow.
I was trying to think.
Muppet Babies.
God,
I love Muppet Babies.
This is a goal for me. I want to get these also. I can just put them on my wall and just kind of.
Yes.
Oh my god.
I think I had that GI Joe one too because that's just a badass cover.
I've had some of these at one point.
Yeah.
What's Heathcliff? Who is this guy? The Heathcliff.
You know who Heathcliff is?
You don't know who Heathcliff is?
No.
He's a
What?
poor man. He's a poor man's Garfield.
Yeah, but fuck off. They're both individually created. Hold on.
You know, while Kyle finds that, I'm just going to tell you my new favorite Twitter feed.
Yes, I know.
is-
These comics make no sense.
What?
You talking about the Heathcliff comics, the comic strips that you found, the black and white?
Yeah.
No. There's a Twitter feed that is daily Heathcliff comics, but the captions are from Pornhub comments.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
It's hilarious. It's so
Yeah.
good.
The comics themselves almost make no sense sometimes too. If you actually read like the
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-mm.
Oh, there's something called Marmacliff.
Marmaduke.
No, Marmacliff, like the account.
Like mash
I
them
think they're
together.
parodying. It's a parody account, I think.
Oh, yeah.
See, the thing about Heathcliff, and Kyle's going to hate me for this, it's basically the Caillou of newspaper strips. Nobody likes it, but everyone reads it.
Yeah.
So,
When there was comics in the papers.
yeah, true.
All right,
Oh, these are cool.
all right. Click that
Okay.
link, damn it, Daniel.
All right, well, I've got two more.
All right, let Josh go first.
Sorry. Oh no, me. Okay. So first off, I had this weird moment where I was going to pick up my comics, and in the back of my brain, it's like, didn't Batman 89 #5 come out? Like, I know I've seen the cover. Didn't I like ask for it? And then I get to the shop and I realize it had come out the previous week. And I think my thinking was, don't get it because you're going to buy the collection eventually anyway. But then I got there and I'm like, I really want to read it. So my pick from 2 weeks ago is Batman 89 #5. If you are not reading this and you are a fan of the Burton films, for fuck's sake, go read this. It is so good. You get the Billy D. Williams Two-Face we all wanted.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
Marlon Wayans Robin we all wanted. It feels like a new Batman film from that era. I mean, the pacing is great. Stuff really starts to kick into high gear here.
I want to see what the Robin costume.
Oh, it's great. Here, I'll show you.
Because I mean, with Tim Burton designing a Robin costume. Oh, the hood and the interior.
Yeah,
yellow.
It's like a play off of the Tim Drake costume, right?
Yeah. I love it.
My daughter's live on YouTube right now. It is good. It is just so good.
I was about to say competing streams, eh?
Yeah, exactly.
So this is the character Marlon Wayans was supposed to.
Yeah, but isn't he still getting residuals on? Like, didn't he like come out of that?
Yeah, he still gets a paycheck from it, I believe.
Yeah,
which is wild as hell.
There's a cover design for his outfit.
You will read this and you will immediately be like, I can't believe they gave this up for Schumacher. Like, it's so infuriating. It angers me, but at least this exists now. So
it's gonna make me happy.
Oh, it's so good. It is so okay, here's the thing. You guys know, as soon as they announced it, I was hyped, right? Going into it even hyped, I had enormously high expectations. This has exceeded all of my expectations. Like, it's one of the rare things I was excited for, and it was great, and it did better than I wanted. Like, so good.
Did you ever read the Superman one?
Did what?
Did you ever read the Superman one?
Yeah, 78. Superman 78.
I liked it, but I think I liked the Batman one more. But I
like Superman more. I'd be straight up honest. I like the Superman one more.
It's got an interesting premise.
I mean, the fact you got Brainiac and you got Luthor actually kind of going into the suit and everything. It's
yeah. All right. What else, Josh? What was
that? And then the last few here are just kind of oddities. I've never heard of this guy, but Jay Werner apparently puts out issues that are just reprints of classic pulp comics.
Why does that robot look like Bender?
No,
why does Bender look like that robot?
Yeah, very good. This one's great because it's just robots, and the first story is a Kirby, Simon Kirby classic. I Want to Be a Man. But then he finds some stuff like I've never seen before, like these weird photo comics with Bela Lugosi. There is a black and white story that's just beautifully done. Like, I'm going to scan all this stuff in. I love it. Right. It's great. I mean, $4, and then I just discovered, because they advertise it at the end of it, that they're collecting, and you can buy it right now on Amazon, the first like 4 issues that he put out. So each is a theme. It's like ghosts, monsters, and then that's now in just like a paperback you can get on Amazon. I'm kind of hoping my shop gets it, but I haven't seen it there yet. So anyway, so Jay Werner presents classic pulp.
That's fun. Cool. I like the cover.
Yeah, it's cool. And this is, I've looked it up before. This is an original kind of pulp cover here, but apparently this was recreated for this because it is by, it says cover by Alex Zala Schoenberg and Jay Werner. So I don't know.
It looks like Millie the model as the female on the cover.
It kind of does, yeah. And then just the very last thing, just because it came in today, I've been wanting this book for a while, and then there was a sale at the university publisher for it. So I finally picked up Comic Book Women, which is a book just about the history of women in comic books, both creators and characters. And this came out earlier this year, and I've just been wanting to read it. So
who wrote it?
It is by Peyton Brunette and Blair Davis, and then the foreword is by, of course, our the most amazing Trina Robbins writes the.
I was going to say I have 2 books on women in comics, and they're both by Trina Robbins.
By Trina Robbins, yeah, I've seen those. So so just a nice, cool academic book. So
cool.
But that's it for me.
Does anyone else have anything before we move on? There's a thing Kyle sent me, so we're gonna watch that real quick. But before that, is there anything else we?
I got the Marvel RPG. I was just going to talk about that real quick. The multiverse RPG. it's just a playtest book for $10 that's out. It has an incredible cover, but it also has an alternate Peach Momoko cover of Scarlet Witch. So
Nice.
if you want to check out the game and the rules, which I think I may try to run a game, I'm really digging reading this. I rarely enjoy manuals like this, but this kind of goes in to some fun stuff, and I would love to run a game, maybe a War of the Realms with all of us if you guys wanted to play.
Yeah.
As we all fight over who gets to play Beta Ray Bill.
Yeah. But yeah, that's the Peach Momoko cover for a game system. And this is, like I said, it's a playtest rule book. They want feedback and stuff like that. It's very strange in that it's a 3D6 system that relies on one of the dice being a quote Marvel die, so that if you roll 616, that's like their Yahtzee.
Oh,
So
wow.
like if you're Squirrel Girl and you go, well, I attack Galactus with a squirrel tornado, and you roll 616, you are very successful, and you can defeat Galactus or attack or do damage as much as you can.
Oh, so that's how Squirrel Girl killed Thanos.
Yeah.
Okay.
So where it's weird that in most instances rolling 666 would be the perfect case scenario, not for Marvel. It is 616 is like their Yahtzee, which is a perfect hit. And what else did they have in there? And they have a few character sheets in there. If you go to marvel.com/RPG, it gives you character sheets, black and white and color, that you can download, some maps, and they want feedback again for this game system. I don't know if I'm going to write up a lot of feedback because I haven't gamed in such a long time. I'm just going to see if I could put a game together and if it would be fun with what they've presented. So if you guys want to play sometime, I think I want to kind of run a War of the Realms story and just have whichever guys you want to run in New York fighting frost giants and all kinds of shit.
I'm in. I am so in. I will also add Demiplane, which is an online RPG website, has started creating these Nexus sites, and these are like official digital resources for various games. They have one for Pathfinder, and they just announced they're rolling out one for the Marvel Multiverse role-playing game. So if you go to theirs, you can actually, it looks like, get the playtest rule book as well. You can buy it through there, and then you have it through their site also. And it's like $10. So
yeah, it's just $10. And just from the stuff that, I mean, I really got into it. I really enjoyed just trying to figure everything out. I just want to try to put something together to see if it's fun and how long it would take to play a regular game. I know it has some other tie-ins to, I think, D20. I don't know if they're offering online maps or anything like that yet, but it offers you the ability to create your own character in the Marvel Universe and run with the Avengers if you want to, or just play as a character that already exists. So I enjoyed the early Marvel Heroes games, and I'm looking forward to playing this.
Cool. All right. The last thing I have before we get into this video, I've been watching Demon Slayer. I'm finally catching up again on the new anime or the new arc. I guess that it's the old arc because that arc is over. But the Entertainment District arc, which follows the movie. So if anybody watched Mugen Train, I like it. I'm watching it on Crunchyroll now since Funimation's going away.
is it?
But yeah. But if you know anything about Demon Slayer, it introduces a new Hashira. So I'm excited for that because they just announced the next arc, which I want to watch, but I need to watch this first. So anime works very slowly, but there's a lot of good stuff on Crunchyroll. I'm gonna start watching since I had to get the subscription. I'm gonna check out some stuff, so I'll keep you guys posted. But now let's check out this whatever this is.
Oh, this is because of Clay, what he said.
Oh, Clay's fault.
I also have a short video I just posted as well, Daniel. If we have time.
Sure.
It's short. It's not long.
Yeah, this one's not very long either. I think you guys should be able to hear this.
Well, this will answer the question for Daniel.
Oh, maybe not. Can y'all hear that?
I haven't seen anything.
Oh, yeah.
Hold on. I thought, oh, that's why you can't hear it because it's not on stream.
Yeah, there we go.
It does have a banging theme song.
I mean, I watched Heathcliff, yeah,
Yeah, same.
but he was no Garfield.
Yeah, because he's Top Cat.
Wow, that's a deep cut, Daniel.
Thanks. I watch some old things.
Some old thing. That's some 60s cartoons.
Can you imagine how much, like, so they decided to turn Heathcliff into an animated cartoon, and if they just go based on the newspaper script, the story Bible's like half a page. So they have to invent all these other characters just to like have stories to tell.
Yeah, it was weird during that time how many comic strips got famous.
Yeah.
All right. Now, first.
Wow.
Do you have a Warner Brothers spot?
No, it's not even Warner Brothers.
Oh.
I didn't realize what a massive Heathcliff fan Kyle was.
And voiced by Mel Blanc, bitches.
Wow.
Now, for Clay,
He's the king.
guess what? Garfield is the ripoff of Heathcliff. Heathcliff was created in 73. Garfield wasn't created until 78.
Well, back then it was harder to rip off because there's no
Swamp
internet or
Thing,
anything.
Man Thing,
Swamp Thing,
Hey,
Man Thing.
Man
pick
thing.
your favorite.
And they've had
the
two
Heat
animated
was always
series. They had
first.
with Saturday morning cartoons with Marmaduke, and this was the one that came up for syndication with
Yeah.
the Junkyard Cats.
All
So-
right.
Not gonna how dare you?
I just realized again, because every time Man Thing comes up, I have to think something like this. I feel like Marvel missed an opportunity to officially call him the Turgid Man Thing. Like if you're going to add a little adjective in the beginning,
Why make it man or thing?
All right.
All right, so
Let's
just to set this up, this was an April Fool's joke, but it tickled my daughter and I so much because we love both these things. So you can just hit play and go into it. This was here's the new Doctor Who.
Oh.
Hello, I'm the Doctor. Fucking hell! It's called the Times, which stands for Time and Relic. You know what? I ain't got time for this jive. It's massive in here, just take my word.
Doctor, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, Davros.
You will pay for the mental agony I suffered.
Shut up, you malnourished ballsack.
Well. Look who it is.
Oscar! Daleks, Subcarans, and Cybermen. You can fuck that sky high! I don't like what you're doing here. Shit's gonna hit the wind. Unhand me, you metal bricks.
Wait, it gets better.
This time I will kill you. I set thee name.
Yeah, well, good luck with that, Master.
Sorry, I'll do that again.
No, that's fine.
What?
That's fine, Stephen. You got it in one.
I coughed halfway through it.
Didn't notice anything. It's perfect, Stephen. We've got all the voiceovers now. You're free to go.
What, so that's it? I broke into a romantic date for this. I could be in the cinema laughing my ass off.
Well, you're free now, Stephen. That's all we need.
Yeah? Well, fuck.
I just thought it was Matt Berry playing Matt Berry, but it's Matt Berry playing Stephen Toast.
Yes, exactly.
So,
Okay.
can I tell you two things? This is the most Doctor Who I've ever seen.
Oh no! Oh no!
And
It doesn't have LL Cool J in it. Is
it does, I mean, that's their fault. And second of all, Matt Berry as Stephen Toast as the Doctor is now my favorite Doctor.
I'm right there with you, man. I'm right there with you. Oh god.
I was like,
all right. We got a few more things to touch on real quick. Did you guys all see the Thor: Love and Thunder trailer?
Oh yes.
What do you guys think? What are just thoughts, concerns?
good,
issues,
but again,
likings?
it's Marvel doing Marvel, where they're barely giving us anything to really kind of go on in the trailer so far.
But they gave us the costume and the helmet, and
yeah. And I loved how they set it up, because we're watching the trailer and we get to the end of it, and I turned to Hazel and I'm like, well, wait, where's the? And then you see the hammer fly by. And I was like, here it comes.
And it's a put together hammer. It's cracked and broken.
Oh,
and it's
I didn't realize that.
I'm hating what all these speculated fanboys are going. It's like, oh, maybe she's a variant. Maybe she's not really a hero. I'm like, fuck off. Just let it be Jane Foster getting the power of the hammer.
Yeah. What more do you need to see? She literally holds the hammer.
No,
she is.
I hope it's our Jane Foster. I hope it's not this bullshit. Because they were trying to speculate because of Multiverse of Madness and Loki, and it might just be a different version of Thor. I'm like, no, just let it be Jane Foster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me show you guys my favorite part of the trailer.
Oh, please let me do what I think it is.
Me too.
Oh, I don't think. Well, no, I guess my favorite thing I saw. Never mind. Just watch.
That's you. You're the favorite part of the trailer?
You're yeah.
Yeah.
I'm loving the music.
Yeah. So
I jammed out so hard. That was such a good way to start my Monday. I woke up, I was getting ready for work, and then I saw that it dropped. I was like, fuck, I gotta watch this.
Yeah. My favorite part is like when Star Wars telling, like, if you're not sure about life, look into the eyes of the people you love, and you see Thor's head just kind of pan over with this look in his eyes, like, you love me. It's like, oh,
yeah.
That
was great.
I love that.
I love the Asgardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
Oh.
I like that. I like that a lot. I saw a few things online, like people asking where's Gamora. Well, she went away, right? She's not. I don't think she's dead, but I think she's just
she's not dead. I mean, she's
because it's the 2014 Gamora.
She'll reappear in Guardians 3.
I think so. I think so as well.
The wish was only to get rid of people who were evil, and she'd already turned from good to evil, or from evil to good by then.
I love the sequence opening with the running of, like, the kid Thor, and then his classic Kirby costume, and then
fun fact: that kid, the young kid's actually Hemsworth's real son.
Oh, really? Oh, that's
cool.
So we got a little Thor replacement. Oh, already Disney's thinking far ahead. He'll come in a lot cheaper too.
Now here's the important question, Daniel. If you were to put LL Cool J in an MCU film, where would you put LL Cool J?
Blue Marvel.
Oh shit, that's a lot of cred to give him.
Rocket Racer.
It's LL. What is it? No, there. You see, okay. LL Cool J is like, he's like this, mountain of a man. He's no way he could be a lanky kind of skateboarder. I'm sorry.
I will prove you wrong.
Hold on.
Again,
I mean,
LL Cool J. He's in his 50s now. He's Blue Marvel. He's got the strength to look.
It is weird because he is Blue Marvel age. Fuck.
Yeah.
Here's my response, Clay. Oh, I don't have the thing shared. Like, it'd be good if you got to see it.
We've had a LL Cool J fight, a Heathcliff Garfield fight. Come on.
He should be Eternity.
LL Cool J is Eternity.
And do the shark fin like in Deep Blue Sea.
I love it.
Wait, what about Better Ray Bill?
What do we make Ice-T the High Evolutionary?
Yeah, actually, I mean, I wouldn't mind Better Ray. LL Cool J.
It's Better Ray Bill.
I'm on board with that. That's awesome. Yeah. LL Cool J's Better Ray Bill. Yeah.
I think he's going to be. So there is a spot in the trailer of Thor, the Thor trailer, where you see a shot of it's Thor, it's Korg, and then there's like, for some reason, there's like an empty spot next to them.
Oh,
and if that's not where Beta Ray Bill is standing.
Oh,
Like, why
fuck.
are we even making this fucking movie?
Well,
Yeah.
I hate to say
Oh,
it. What about Korg's friend, that little insect dude?
Meek.
He's serving with King Valkyrie. He's busy doing diplomatic
Oh,
shit
okay.
because we do see him in the trailer. Yeah. So I'm gonna, you know what? Actually, after this, I'm gonna just Photoshop Beta Ray Bill into that shot and share it.
Do it. Do it. You do that Daniel Warren Johnston art from that.
Yeah,
last
that's the one. I'm gonna go look for one of those. But I mean, I'm
Or
excited.
Simonson or get the fuck out.
Simon Sinner, get the fuck out. Yeah, exactly. I don't know. I mean, I love the Johnston book, but come on.
All right, I'll find a good one. Oh, I have a good one. You guys keep talking.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wait a
oh,
minute.
never
What
mind.
did you buy? What did you buy?
No, nothing. That's I've already showed you guys. This is my X-Men Artist Edition for Jim Lee.
Oh.
I thought it was the Thor one that we have for William Simonson, but it's the second print, so it comes with Beta Ray Bill in the cover instead of Thor.
Nice.
Oh,
yeah, but yeah, I'm excited for the movie. Like you guys saw, I freaked out. I love Guns N' Roses, so I mean that was perfect.
I did not know that.
Just
That's
go
awesome.
to the end when they show the suit because your face was just the most giddy I've ever seen. It was like Batman came to visit your house. You were so happy.
That would also happen. Let me tell you this: if Natalie Portman came to visit my house, that would also happen.
True.
Yes.
I think that would happen to any of us, actually.
All right. Let's see. All right, last, but certainly not least, we are catching. I don't know if you guys are super caught up on Moon Knight. So we can talk about it for a little bit.
Spoiler free.
Yeah, spoiler free. But specifically this last episode where it completely changed, where we thought, I don't know. I was watching the episode and I'm like, oh, cool. Like, we're resolving some things. We're getting. It got a lot more mystical, I guess, like in some things where I was like, I don't know where we're going. And then we have this full switch 180 turn where it's like I told Clay earlier, it's like we're reading one run and then somebody throws us a different run and then we have to start reading that one in the middle of it.
Yeah.
That's kind of what it felt like.
We went from reading Fist of Khonshu to really episode 3 to me is the perfect Moon Knight episode. It had action. It had everything in it that I had been wanting from the show. So really episode 3 was where everything picked up for me. And then 4 turned it on its head and said, oh, now we're going to go jump into this run and you're going to need to read this.
And I mean, and there's only 2 episodes.
2 more episodes left. The fact that they gave screeners of 4, these 4, this is what people saw, and then knew there was 2 left. I mean, it's just amazing because, dude, I don't even know what you can do in these last 2 episodes, but I love 3 and 4 because it's paying off finally.
I would have gone insane having to wait a month after this one. Like even after the end of 3, I was already pretty like, how are people that watch the first 4 coping with life, knowing that they have to wait more time for this?
Yeah. I mean, just everything about, and really what happens in 4 allows the actor, I mean, really, we're just seeing an acting display from Oscar Isaacs as he just shifts characters. Like there's a scene in 4 where he goes from Mark to Steven that I would say is just as good as Christopher Reeve going from Clark Kent to Superman. When he does the glasses and the stand, in the first film, it is that good. That's how good Oscar Isaacs is. But then there's even such a twist that you get to see Ethan Hawke play his character in a different way and do it with his voice, with his mannerisms, with everything. So both awesome. Actors are just so goddamn good that it's worth the payoff to see them just kind of sit behind a desk and have a discussion in character, and I love it.
Yeah, so we got a view. Thank you for stopping by. Yeah, we'll keep working on your channel. These subscribers came very we appreciate everyone that's subscribing. Shout out somebody watching on Twitch.
Hey,
Thanks for watching.
Love it.
Hey.
I have one more thing to show you that I just found on the internet, so hopefully it'll be fun. And then we'll do recommendations and then get out of here because we've been
All
going
right.
on for a long time. I don't know who made this.
I swear by heaven, I'll kill you all.
Yes. Ah!
All adds up to a sinister riddle.
Hello? Batman speaking.
What kind of creature would gobble up a bird in a tree?
The Penguin.
How come Batman doesn't dance anymore? With your presence.
Oh.
Prepare Batcopter for immediate takeoff.
Oh my God.
Some days you just can't get rid of a bomb.
Oh my god!
Oh, that was so good. Yeah.
God,
we were
that's
getting
great.
it. Oh my God.
Wow.
Let me see. Yeah, it doesn't say who made it. I'll find out. I saw this on my Twitter.
Is it on YouTube or?
I found it on Twitter. That's why I had to share it like that.
Yeah, but where does the link come from? Is it going to a YouTube channel or?
No, it's just going through like a video from the corridor.
The embedded
Digital
video
corridor.
on Twitter.
Yeah. Like a fan edit.
Holy shit, that is
Wow.
awesome. They did some really good work.
They did. Yeah, that was impressive.
Even the font and the neon fit in with all the hits in the dark fight scene.
Yeah, I'll share this stuff on Twitter if you guys are following our.
And I'm ready to talk some Batman. So you guys
if that
break
doesn't
out
get
a
you
few
guys
hours
hyped.
to watch it.
Yeah, carve out a few hours. I think it'll be definitely worth it, and we'll have a cool conversation. I'll try to bring in a guest that I've been wanting to talk to Batman with. So, but I think that's all. I think let's just get on to recommendations, and we can get out of here. Oh,
yep,
man, I have. All right, Clay. Let's start with yours because I do have one thing that I do want to say about that.
Okay.
And I don't want to be Captain Bring Down, but I want to let people make their own. So go ahead. Sorry.
No. Okay. So the Secret History on the War on Weed is a book by Jerry Duggan and Brian Posehn, who did a run on Deadpool together. Mm-hmm. It is the funniest thing I have read all year. It is so damn good that I'm putting it above the Reckless books from Brubaker and Phillips. So that's how this was so surprising because Daniel got a early release and he goes, "Hey, do you want to review it?" I was like, "Yeah, sure, I'm in." I walk into my comic shop, they go and they pull it off the shelf, they hand it to me and they say, "You have to read this." Yeah. And I'm like, "Okay." I definitely, got a copy. You want to throw it up on the screen since my virtual background wants to screw with it. It is the most hilarious thing. It is a combination of Rambo and Commando, every sort of 80s hero put in the middle of the war on weed. And it is the funniest, most hilarious story. There are shots at Nancy Reagan, the CIA. Just how racist the war on drugs was and how it was built by Nixon. So it's got some facts in it, but then it's got some hilarious shit in it, like just this commando going crazy trying to, fight the war on drugs. But then there's a twist. And I laughed the whole damn book. I have not enjoyed a comic this hilarious in a long time. Mm-hmm. And that is why I think everyone should read it. It is great. But go ahead and bring us down, Daniel.
No, the only thing I will say, and as I put out the review, like 10 minutes later, Image tweeted something, and they're doing a fucking NFT.
No.
And
Yeah,
I was
fuck
like,
that.
oh, like you fucks. Like so I will tell you the book, I don't know that the creators have any, I don't know how much they're involved with this shit, so I don't know the facts. But I do want to say I like the book. I enjoyed the book a lot, as much as Clay. But yeah, like Image doing this bullshit right afterwards, like that.
Wait, they're doing
NFTs
their
are
own
like the
book or
most
I'm lost.
anti. Like I don't smoke weed, but I would think it's the most anti-weed culture thing ever. And
I
yeah,
got lost. Wait, so they're putting their own book of this out, or
no,
what?
they're doing
No.
like one of these dumb ape
One of
NFTs.
the Bored Ape NFTs.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Stupid. I didn't even retweet this. I just screen captured it when I did it because I didn't want to share the tweet.
Yeah, I've not
But
seen anything good come from NFTs or talk of that bullshit.
yeah,
And Kevin Smith is even doing his next movie as an NFT.
Oh, that's.
Did you see
so
that?
stupid.
I
No.
just said it was.
So
I'll
I've
go
said it
find the
before.
details on it.
When I review a Valiant book, I appreciate them giving us copies to review, and I like the books. But you know, Valiant's also doing their own NFT stuff on the side, and I'm like, I don't support any of that stuff. So that was the only thing I wanted to make sure that people are informed. They or at least they can go look for their own information. But as far as the book itself, yeah, Clay's correct. I think they did. I hadn't read a book like that. They really captured that or recaptured that Deadpool feel from their comics.
Oh,
Very
But
much
now
so.
it's in this other, like story of the war on weed. So
Yeah, like
but-
if you enjoyed the run on Deadpool, they brought back the founding fathers' ghosts from the dead, and so
Oh
that
my
they could
God.
actually get the founding fathers' thoughts on things nowadays. So
I
if you
forgot
want to
about
read
that.
that was Brian Posehn and Jerry Duggan on that. So it's
that
fantastic.
was when I started collecting comics too, I think.
It's also an activity book. They have like a maze in here. They have like a crossword, but they also are donating some of the proceeds to Last Prisoner Project,
Oh,
Indica,
wow.
Freedom Grow, and America's for Safe Access.
Yeah.
It's all for people who had done time for weed, and now they're having to carry the weight of that as they're released from prison. Americans for Safe Access for people who have chronic pain like I do and can't get it in states they're in because it's run by giant assholes.
Yeah.
It's stuff like that. Like, but they are donating the proceeds to it. It is a hella funny book. It's like if The Last Action Hero was a good movie, that would be this.
It's not
because it's that. Oh no, it's not.
I know. I've seen it.
So,
we tried to do a riff for that movie. It's like over 2 hours. You just get tired of watching it.
Yeah. So, but that was it. I just want to make sure, like I said, when we do Valiant stuff too, they're doing the same thing. So I always try to put that disclaimer out there.
Yeah.
But I don't want to discourage anyone from getting comics, especially because this one does have some benefits, which is why it's so weird that they would do this other shit on the side, right? Like,
I mean, would you be okay with the Bored Ape NFT if all of the proceeds for that went to the same charities?
I guess it's better, but it's still like the environmental impact is just there's no offsetting that stuff, right? So, yeah, I don't know. Go check out. I think I Read Comics did a really cool thing on NFTs, which I'll try to link on the description. Because they go like I don't know much about the technology behind it and all that, but just from the research I've done. But yeah, okay. I'll just keep talking and go to my recommendation before you guys. So they adapted Spy Family, the manga, into an anime.
Okay, I keep seeing this in my Hulu, Rex. Is it good?
It is so good. It is fantastic. One of the things I like the most is that the English dub is only a week behind as opposed to a couple weeks or a month.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I had never read the anime, but the premise is this guy here is a spy and his next mission requires for him to infiltrate a school to get close to one of the parents. So he adopts a daughter and then he'll also eventually need a wife. So this is just like a whole spy family, but she has telepathy and he doesn't know. So she knows he's a spy. He doesn't know that. It's really interesting. It's kind of it's funny. It's really cool. I don't know. I really, really enjoyed it. So yeah, go check that out on Crunchyroll. I didn't know it was on Hulu. I guess Hulu's doing some releases, some of the same day release with Crunchyroll.
I guess
So, yeah.
so. Yeah.
If you have access to it, I mean, check it out. Like I said,
Yeah.
I'm watching it in English. I don't know if Hulu will have both the dub and I mean, I guess I can go check in a minute, but yeah.
Yep.
And then the other thing, some stuff coming to the channel this week. This is my pull list, but we'll be doing some reviews, especially for Bloodstained Teeth, which Image sent us at. These two will be a little later because we don't get reviews for that, but I do want to read the Cobra issue and then the Godzilla versus King Ghidorah. And then the other highlight, Death of the Justice League is happening this week, and then Knights of X. So there's a lot of cool stuff coming up in this week. So
I like the fact, Daniel, that out of everything coming out next week, we only have 2 books overlapping on our pull list: Spider-Man and Batman White Knight.
the first two, that's funny.
Yeah, that's it.
I think you need to expand your pull list, sir.
No. We've got more than that, but ours do not overlap.
I will say I'm looking for a Spider-Man, but hopefully. So I've been hit or miss on John Romita art recently. Romita Jr. art.
Really?
But Seb Wells, I love what he did in the Hellions, so I'm very excited to see what he does here. All right, that's all my recs. Go follow us on the channel for reviews for all that stuff this week. Josh, you want to go next?
Yeah. So mine's kind of weird. It is yet again a Humble Bundle. I'm going to share my screen here. Hang on. Share screen. Oh, this is weird. It's not doing it the same way. Weird.
Oh yeah, I don't see you requesting access.
Hang on. Let me try this real quick, and then
there it is.
Can you see that?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay, cool. All right. So this is the Image 30th anniversary bundle. For $25, you get 9 items. I think for Daniel's sake, you get 20 volumes of Spawn.
Wow.
You get only volume 1 of Astro City, which if it had been everything up to this point, that would have been a solid lock for me. Something called Battle Chasers. I have no idea what that is.
That is Joe Mad's property that he did that became really big. He turned into a video game.
That's okay. I thought it looked like a video game type thing, but
yeah.
The first 102 issues of Savage Dragon, Cyberforce, Shadowhawk Chronicles Volume 1, Darkness, Witchblade, The Savage Dragon, Baptism of Fire. Here's the thing. Except for Astro City and maybe Savage Dragon, I don't want to buy this. This is the era of Image I hate. I do not care for it at all. But I know other people will like it. So my recommendation is more for you than for me. So go
like
check
that Darkness run. I'm sure has some Garth Ennis stories in it. I know he wrote Darkness for a while.
Okay.
Yeah, his name's on this cover. Yep.
Oh, it
Battle
is?
Chasers
Okay.
is worth reading. I'll get that much.
Yeah, Battle Chasers is like a fun fantasy world that Joe Mad has created, and I mean he kind of overdoes it with Red Monica. She is a extremely top heavy character, and it's very bizarre art for that. But it's like his Red Sonja.
Other 90s Image comic Hal.
Yeah, but like definitely the Savage Dragon stuff. I mean, all that Eric Larson stuff is home run.
I do like Savage Dragon. I do like Astro City. I talked about this a few weeks back because it's coming back. I'm just not really interested in owning all the other stuff, so I'm going to pass on it. But again, I know there are people out there that will love this. So
and it benefits the book industry charitable foundation, which I believe helps creators.
Yep.
So remember to adjust your donation accordingly.
Yeah, don't do the defaults. Humble Bundles made that really opaque lately. So,
yep, cool.
That's mine.
All right, Kyle, do you have anything for us?
Yeah, just I only found out that they started. I didn't realize they've been releasing new episodes for the last couple of weeks since March. But the second half of Young Justice is back on HBO Max. So I'm trying.
I've seen people rave about that show.
I've heard good things too. I've never seen it.
It's a lot different than the previous seasons, but yeah. But at least they, I don't care if it spoils for anything. But you knew he was going to be back in the series. But they officially have not officially killed off a certain character that people might think is dead in the series. So that's what I'm going to go with right now.
The one character that hasn't been around forever? Good.
No. Well, yeah, okay, yeah.
It's
But,
the same showrunner as Gargoyles, right? Greg Weisman. Isn't he the showrunner for Young Justice?
I don't keep up that much back issue on the TV.
Yeah, I don't know either, Clay.
I follow him online. He's always
it.
promoting it.
I know he developed it originally. I don't know if he's still involved. I don't know how much he's still
I'll
involved.
give him props for it.
I will tell you one thing I saw, and yeah, I guess this is a little bit spoilery, but all I'll say is this: I haven't been watching it, but I heard the news. If you enjoy that CGI Green Lantern animated series, this has consequences tying that up.
Huh.
So if you were ever interested in more of that universe,
yeah, there's a reason, because both series were the original first season and Green Lantern series were both released consecutively on Cartoon Network and were both canceled at the same time. So basically, announcing that they're basically set in the same universe, if I'm not mistaken.
So if you were looking for a revival of that universe, you can watch Phantoms. I think starting in season 4, at some point they bring some of that stuff in.
When I read it, it's in the most recent couple episodes that they announced that.
Yeah, so there you go. So if that entices you in any way, which it does make me want to go catch up. I think it's on HBO Max, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, we did it. We got a good show. Once again, thanks to everybody that joined the chat. Austin, with your hot takes, love them. Mike, Danny Boy.
Mike giving me a hard time with the mist.
Yeah, Tasty Manga. Good luck with your channel. Keep putting in the work. And then on Twitch, Diggs BTW7. Our patrons, anybody that share this and watches it later. And yeah, we'll do Batman on our next live whenever that happens. Hopefully next week, but stay tuned at Next Issue Pod for updates. In the meanwhile, we'll do a bunch of reviews and stuff. We're trying to put some reading recommendations list together for that are Doctor Strange related. So we'll have some of that. Clay and I were pitching an idea. What was I talking about, Clay? Fuck. I forgot what the idea was for like a video thing before the show. I don't remember what we were talking about.
Multiverse of Madness, or for
No, it was just some other video idea that we were talking about before the show started. But I'll remember going through the notes. And then the last thing, I'm working on a new YouTube series called Special Thanks.
Oh, nice.
Which I'll take the special thanks section of movies, starting with the Batman, and I'll just give you recommendations of those creators, so you can see why they're thanking them in the movies. So we'll do the Batman first, probably Multiverse of Madness, since that's the next big thing coming up.
And then in a couple weeks, Speed 2.
Hey, if y'all want to do a Speed show.
Was there a special thanks in that? Because I would like to see who they thanked for.
Special thanks to Keanu Reeves for not showing up. Congrats on your career, sir. But yeah, that's about it. You guys have anything else before I click on this other button?
Nope.
That's it.
That's
great.
Awesome.
Yeah, stay tuned. Keep watching Moon Knight because it's so fucking good.
Yes.
Yes.
3 and 4 are finally hitting it.
Yeah. This week on our audio podcast, you can hear the last week's worst comic book audio from the movies. And then we'll put out some more of our list. I didn't want to put too much out before the audio episode went out. So follow us on Twitter for that. And then, yeah, our podcast audio it's done bi-weekly now. So we're a little behind on the lives. So if you want to stay in touch, well, come watch the lives.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks.
Bye.
Thanks.
Later.
You guys take care.
And let's get out of
Let's
here.
ride.
Thanks, everyone, for watching.
Twitter loves you.
Oh, yeah. Clay?
Hell, Bebo.
Josh?
Simon Center, get the fuck out.